And now let's take a look at what's making headlines in our dailies. And on the Saturday Standard, our headline today is Deaths and Chaos Rock City as Raila returns. Remember, 5 people were killed yesterday as NASA supporters braved tear gas, water cannons and police bullets to escort Raila. That is seen in page 4, 5, 6 and 8. And on to page 2, lawyers wanted by ICC off the hook. Now, we are aware that 2 lawyers will have a live warrant issued by the ICC. That is after Paul Gisheru and colleague Philip Kipkoech bet to the International Criminal Court is almost the final blow to prosecute Fatou Bensouda, the cases in Kenya. Now remember, the 2 are alleged to have bribed or attempted to bribe 6 prosecution witnesses, I beg your pardon, offering them each between 500,000 shillings and 5 million shillings. The bribery allegations are offences under Article 70 of the Rome Statute. Now, John Kaminwa said justice had been served because no evidence of wrongdoing was tabled apart from Gisheru and Bet representing clients who sought their services. If you want to get more on that, get your paper, The Standard. Now let's move on to page 3, and there is good news for women struggling to conceive. Now, scientists describe milestones as the first ovarian tissue transplant in the world without use of toxic anti-organ rejection. A team of Kenyan and foreign scientists have successfully tested what they describe as an effective ovary transplant technology in Nairobi. Indeed, that is good news. In page 4, we continue with the NASA story. In page 6, 4, 5, and 6, and even all the way to page 8, and in page 10, a student killed in KU strike as management orders closure. We are aware that a Kenyatta University student is reported to have died on Friday night following riots after disputed student elections. There are different theories as to what caused the student's death, but also university's director in charge of student affairs, Professor Edwin Gimonde, would not confirm reports of students' death. Now on page 11, shunned at home, Kenya thespians thrive miles away. Let's move on to page 20, where we're going to be talking education matters, the dirty tricks university use to raise money. Now, a government report says institutions increase enrollment numbers, hire underqualified staffs, while some admit students without minimum entry. A sad story there on the issue, and education issue, and also how technical subjects help school raise grade there on page 21. In page 22, performance will go up if we address teachers' grievances, says that's the story by Washira Gikotho there. An examination outcome is influenced by factors beyond teacher qualifications and teaching competition. And of course, on page 23, a special report on the late Nyeri Governor, Dr. Wahome Gakuru's. It's a eulogy written there. And also we have our pullout, which is the eve. If you want more information on what's happening in the entertainment world, grab your copy of The Standard. And now let's move on to the Saturday Nation, where the headline is still 5 dead in day of chaos. That is something that happened yesterday. And let's focus on page 2, which is university closed as Dawn's strike bites. That is KU, JKUAT, and also the latest, which is Daystar University. Do not forget that Zinzi Kibiko will be in studio shortly to discuss that issue. Of course, you can always go in the conversation online. You can tweet us directly at Ashley Mazuri. The hashtag is Weekend Express. And also tweet Zinzi directly at Zinzi_K. Now on page 3 of the Saturday Nation, Balala conquers Mount Kenya in tourism promotion bid. Now we are aware that exhausted tourism cabinet secretary Najib Balala broke down into tears moments after he descended from Mount Kenya yesterday, where he narrated his humbling experience during the 5-day expedition. Congratulations to the cabinet secretary there. And page 4, we are going to be talking, the dailies are talking about NASA issue, police NASA issue, counterclaims as 5 killed in Nairobi. In page 6, city grinds to standstill as chaos resigns. The standoff between supporters of NASA leader Raila Odinga and the police brought businesses at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and Nairobi City to a standstill. That happened yesterday. And of course, we are aware that my colleague Duncan Haemba was also injured together with our driver Emma. We wish them a quick recovery. On page 12, Jubilee's borrowing binge. Chickens are coming home to roost. That is the headline there. And this column has warned an impending debt distress for 3 years. That is written by one of the Daily Nation reporters. Let's now move on to the Star, where the headline is still on Raila CBD fights there. What happened yesterday in the NASA homecoming, what they termed it. And then, of course, in page 8 is the hearing without oomph after NASA Jubilee are locked out. Of course, we are aware that the Supreme Court is set to give us their final hearing on Monday on the results on the petition there. And on page 10, security check bounces, so judge dismisses Kamkunji poll petition, still on the presidential petition there. On page 12, KQ cuts half-year net loss by 21% to 3.8 billion shillings there. The airline recorded a 0.42% in revenues from 54.75 billion shillings to 54.52 billion shillings, despite a passenger increase of 3.3% to 2.3 million. Next, what is happening also in the business world? On page 13, lobby claims tobacco farming has dropped 40% over Tobacco Control Act there. If you need more details, get your paper of the Star, get your copy of the Star. And now, Matatu outfits feud to control CBD delay Sonko's traffic plan. Of course, we are aware that 100 days of Governor Mike Sonko are almost over. He had a lot to promise the people of Nairobi. We'll see how that comes up in the next few days. We are aware that they will be expiring on 29th. Now, on page 18, there about KCC, head teachers lament long distances in KCC delivery, want more exam centers. There are matters to deal with education. And these are just some of the stories that are happening, that are being published in the dailies. Of course, if you need more details, get your copy of the dailies. Now, of course, let's now take a look at what's happening. We are aware that the late Governor Dr. Wahuru Gakome, late Nyeri governor, is being buried today, and we'll leave you with the details as we take a break.